Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you, get 18% off. We out. All right, Devin Haney is receiving death threats over his white boy comments, and Eddie Hearn said he didn't see no problem with it. But first, Bob Arum says that Dana White is a Trump supporter, and that's all you need to know. Let's talk about that. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Appreciate the love, support. And, he basically said that, Trump has his own way of doing things, and I'm paraphrasing. I put both articles in the description under article link, and that, Dana White is trying to do it the Trump way, and that's basically, thinking about business, thinking about the economy, thinking about his pockets, being selfish, and that had his private island fight would have went on in April, that a fighter that he would have put in the ring on that card had tested positive for COVID-19, and he could have been possibly responsible for spreading it to other fighters and people at the event. And most people feel that way, that Trump is just trying to open the economy up to, to save businesses over than saving lives. But my whole thing kind of about just the Trump situation and that, you've been living with it since November. People acting, ignorant to that situation. All of a sudden, the media put a spin on there. They doctor a few numbers up, and everybody's scared of it. You know what I'm saying? So you dealing with it since November, December, January, February, and 2 weeks into March. You know what I'm saying? So, a lot of people think it's an assassination on Trump's character coming up into the election. I mean, shit, you got Joe Biden and Donald Trump. I mean, same motherfuckers. To me, in my opinion, ain't too much different, but some people feel like it's an attack on Trump to get him out of office, and I always felt if he got out of office, he was going to be in a little bit of trouble and get hit with some serious charges, or just get hit in general, and he might get put to sleep. I always kind of felt that about him. Somebody was going to take a chance on him. He was going to get in trouble one way or the other when he got out of office. But Dana White is, like I said, he's a Trump supporter, and people say, "Oh, does that bother you?" I'm like, no. I don't really watch the UFC. I'm trying to get into it. But like Bob Arum said years ago, a lot of white people, I'm not going to say exactly his quote, but a lot of white people support the UFC, so it's okay. That's the core fan base. They can't see their athletes dominate another sport or close to dominating another sport, but the UFC in America. Hockey, they dominate hockey for sure, but hockey, after the lockout, hockey just never was the same. And I used to watch hockey, and I still watch it from time to time. But it never was the same after the lockout, and it really shot itself in his foot. So, Bob Arum will continue to take shots at Dana White. They're on the same company. They work under Walt Disney and ESPN. But he got a point. He was reckless. He was selfish. And I'm glad they shut it down, because one of the fighters did get COVID-19. That could have pushed events back even further, with Dana White being an idiot. He should have stayed patient. He trying to be the hustler. He trying to bring viewerships to TV when it, to the fans, when we ain't had no other sport to watch. So, I give him credit where credit is due, trying to be a hustler and hustle through this, but it just wasn't the way. Everybody's saying, oh, COVID-19, this, that, and the third. So he should have sat his fighters down, which they made him sit his fighters down. And Bob Arum gonna forever take shots. You really can't take shots at Bob Arum because he an old man. Oh, look what you doing to that old man. So Dana White, he gonna probably say his piece and just keep it moving. But in hindsight, he knew he was wrong. He knew he was wrong when one of his fighters on that card tested positive for COVID-19. So Bob Arum is in the right here. But Trump do have his own thinking, and he's a businessman first. So that's the thing about the president. He's a businessman first. He about his dollar. And to me, ain't too much wrong with that. Sometimes you put money over morals, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Like I told you guys a lot of times on the channel, being a billionaire, a multi-billionaire, being a multi-millionaire, $100 million, you gotta have a certain cutthroat mindset. And Dana White and Dana White and Donald Trump got that mindset. You gotta have that mindset. You gotta be callous. You gotta be hard. You gotta be cutthroat. All those adjectives to be there. It ain't just a business plan. It just ain't a mindset. You gotta be a stone cold killer in business situations. And it doesn't change with something like the COVID-19. Money don't stop. Money don't sleep. Money flow don't sleep at all. So that's how Dana White looking at it. And when you look at it from this aspect, as a law-abiding U.S. citizen, you know what I'm saying, as a citizen that listens to the media, of course you're going to be against what Donald Trump and Dana White going to say. But if you're on their side of the fence, with the money and the economy and businesses shutting down, AMC is bankrupt, and all small businesses suffering, you like, let's get this shit back rolling and get my money rolling in. So it depends on what side of the pendulum you sit on. And I'm telling you, the majority of the people that sit on their side of the pendulum, they don't pray when shit go wrong. And I'm going to explain that in a minute. They don't pray when shit go wrong. They ain't on their knees, praying, for 3-4 hours a day. No, they doers. They bond together, they make calls, and they make things happen. But let's talk about Devin Haney. Devin Haney said he received death threats for his white boy comments. And Eddie Hearn said he didn't see no problem. And Eddie Hearn don't have no choice. Your dad said he was an open slave trader. And that he don't like, taking orders from the black man now. But now he has to and call him sir instead of boy or something like that, he said. So, and when I say people are black people and other minorities are taught to pray about situations and the man is taught to do and make shit happen, this is what I'm talking about. See how they bonded together and go against Devin Haney for stating the fact that he won't let a white boy whoop him. It becomes fiction, it becomes a lie once a white boy do whoop him. You know what I'm saying? Can Lomachenko beat him? Probably so. Right now. But did Lomachenko drop his belt not to fight him or get upgraded to franchise champion? He did. That's a fact. And I'm just saying that's a fact. If he beat Luke Campbell, if he loses to Luke Campbell, then hey, he loses to Luke Campbell. Luke Campbell got to beat Javier Fortuna first in a WC interim title fight. But that's what white people do. When somebody say something, or when some people start galvanizing, or when they go through some issues, they don't pray about it. They get out there and protest. Like they protested some places about the COVID-19 stay-at-home order. Like they was protesting down there in Charlottesville, Virginia, wherever it was. They're not looked at as thugs. They're not looked at as hoodlums. And they protest, get shit done. Them bonding together, get shit done. We bond together as niggas, you know what I'm saying? Ignorant, So we told to sit there and pray on situations to get through them, and that's the wrong thing to do. They gave us Christianity, right? And we believe in it more than they believe in it. We live by the Bible as black people more than they live by the Bible, and it's their religion. They taught it to us. The same religion the Ku Klux Klan, is believing by. They don't believe that shit that they kick. That's just to control people. You know what I'm saying? Just in this Devin Haney situation. See how white people around the world bonded together and started making death threats and pressuring him. You got Paulie saying this, and you got other people saying he should apologize, and you got other, raccoons out there like Radio Raccoon saying that, oh, Devin racist remarks, and who Devin Haney gonna run over and do interviews with him? Because he required to. Because if he don't go with the program, you know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna be in boxing too much. Like gonna rob him or something. So Bill Haney and Devin, they made a conscious effort to go on and apologize to her when they shouldn't have to. Say he made derogatory terms when he didn't have to save his career. Now, after his career's over with, maybe speak on it and say some things and reveal some things. But it was either, Devin Haney's career or, or apologize. And he apologized. He did what's best for his pockets. And once again, like I say, you can't look to your athletes and your major, movie stars and musicians. You can't look to them to save the day. When they funded by the white man, you can't look for them. You can't look for Floyd Mayweather to be an idol to your kid, to be a role model to your kid. When a white man can break him anytime, can cut his money supply off anytime. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no more Malcolms and Martin Luther Kings left. And it's unfortunate, but Devin Haney did what's right for him. And was some of them death threats, was they gonna be serious? Was people gonna capitalize on them or lay their word down? Probably not, but it only take one. It only take one. I'm pretty sure Floyd got on the horn with him and told him, man, you can't be saying that, whoop-de-whoop. But like I said, you got to stop. I'm telling you, man, most of these boxers, man, they just like that, bro. They're not gonna speak up about the wrongdoings in boxing, or so them letting some of them Eastern Europeans juice up and letting guys like potentially Pacquiao do his thing. They're not gonna speak up. They about Tyson Fury. Deontay didn't speak up about the gloves. He didn't speak up about the tests and none of them back in 15. He didn't speak up about none of that. You know what I'm saying? Because if he do, he gonna end up like Larry Holmes, and they're gonna end up making sure he lose. So you got to know your position, bro. When you go into the media rooms, man, you just got to assume every brother ain't a brother when you go into that shit. None of them. Believe half of what you hear and none of what you see when you go in there. But that's just what it is, in my opinion. But let me know what you guys think. Goodfellas Sports TV. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all the links there. If you need to get in touch with me, got business, question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests, share the videos. Want to make a donation to the channel? Cash App, PayPal in the description. Best way to donate is share the video. Let me know what you guys think about, Bob saying about Dana White and Devin Haney saying that he received death threats, but all the articles in the description. He was on live with Eddie Hearn. You can find that on IFL TV, I believe. But hey, one time for the one time, it's your boy CJ Goodfellas Sports TV. Check out our boxing news, boxing room playlist, heavyweight, welterweight. We got it locked down as far as boxing playlists in NBA, NFL.